Alright, so today we're going to look at constructing an angle of 30 degrees, and this time an isosceles triangle. So we will construct an isosceles triangle later down the line, but this is one of the times that we can. So first off, we're constructing an angle of 30 degrees at A. So we want to, that means put our compass at A, and I'm going to extend it out some distance, right? So I'm going to change my colors quickly to blue and make our first arc, which is quite large, right? Now we're going to put it on our line segment and where our arc met, and we're going to draw the other part so we can get our 60-degree angle. So when you're asked to do this, they do not want you to go grab your protractor, draw yourself a 60-degree angle, and then bisect it. Construct means construct from start to finish using a compass, unfortunately. If it says draw, it's with a protractor. If it's construct, it's with a compass. So, being as accurate as possible, the more accurate we are, right? Every little mistake will carry through and compound to something bigger. That's why when they talk about margins of error can actually stack. So, now we've done this, we have to use an angle bisector to form the 30-degree angle, right? So, well, how do we form an angle bisector? Well, that's when we just put it on our point again, right? And then we make a little mark on either line. Well, we already have one using this width, right? Or this separation for our compass. And we actually already have I think we already have a mark on our other line as well, right? So we can just go like so. We have our mark there already, right? And we have our mark on our other. So we actually don't even have to do much work besides just put our compass on each of these line segments and draw our line bigger. So if we would have drawn that original line a little bit bigger, we wouldn't have had to do anything more, and we would have just had to do this little step right here where we put our compass there and bisect our line. So last little step is connecting our endpoint to that intersection point, and both these indeed will then be 30 degrees on either side. Okay? So, example 2. Now we want to construct an isosceles triangle with two of the angles at 30 degrees. So, what is that going to mean for us? Well, we know that one has to be 30, so first little part of the question, we're going to replicate what we did. So we have a little line, then we're going to grab our compass. Once it unfreezes, sorry guys, put it here. Then we're going to extend our compass out, and let's make a line. So, a rather large line, because we're going to end up using that arc again, right? And let's switch it over here. Now, putting it on the intersection point. Now we draw another arc, quite large, right? So, we've done that. I know that we're going to do this afterwards for the other point over here. So here's red. And actually, I'm going to take that back. I want to do a nice little line, just like we've been doing. And so we do that point. And move our compass over so we can do it for that part as well. Switch it. And we draw our other mark there. So now we can take our compass away, grab our straight edge, and we're going to connect each of those points with their intersection arcs, where our arcs intersect. So, there we are. What does that give us? Well, that gives us an equilateral triangle, right? So that's not actually correct what we've done. But I might just leave it there for now, just to see what's going to happen. How is this going to impact when we do our bisectors, right? So, and like I said, I'm going to leave it, but for clarity of things, maybe we'll just copy the triangle and put it aside for after. So here, I kind of want to keep this for after just as it is. Sorry, don't know what's happening. There. Okay, so let's finish off our question because now we're going to have to bisect. So for each of these points, we put our thing on it, which we've already done for that one. So we just have to do our other point and see where these intersect, right? So we got our one. Oh my gosh. I apologize. Well, we have our one. And we have our other, which is here. And we can draw other point. Sorry, lovely technology. So we have our one intersection. And so we can draw a line from our point. I'm going to leave it big and nice and big so we can see. So that's actually our first 30-degree angle that we need, right? We bisected our equilateral. So the reason I wanted to leave it on there, I didn't want to confuse a lot of you, but I wanted to show you that if you already actually have something done, right, like an equilateral, you could just bisect it on your page to check it. Check what to see what you'd get. You can relate how they would all look for the same measurements. Okay, so we've got to finish this off. So we put it on each of these compass points, and we've already done that arc. We might actually have to extend it just a touch, it looks like. And so we can tell we're not actually on the same spot. As best we can. Then bring it over. Do the same thing for our other point. Find our intersection, connect our lines. Starting from this bottom corner. Wow. A little bit slow, guys, so I'm really apologize. So, make our line and connect it to our other intersection. So, we can see that here we would have our 30-degree angles as such, 30, 30, and then we could use this as a bigger problem, say if we wanted to solve for an angle up here, you're going to see this pop up more in kind of early beginnings of year 11. So you'll see this in circle theorems, and you'll be able to solve. You won't construct these, but there'll be triangles set up like this. Okay. So now your practice is here. So draw a line 7 centimeters long and construct a 30-degree angle, and then construct an isosceles triangle with two 30-degree angles. So if you want to save yourself a little time and you want to do both the questions together, I do not mind, but I would actually advise you doing it separately. That way, more practice drawing a 30-degree angle, because it does take a lot of practice before you get this. As you can see, there's a lot of finicky little bits to it. So pause your video. Once you're ready, press play. Okay, so first off, we have to draw ourselves a 7-centimeter long line. So get your ruler out, such, and draw yourself that line. So here, I'm starting there, drawing 7 centimeters over. At the end of the day, it's not going to matter, but if you're given something, make sure you follow the directions. So here, we're going to extend it out. I'm actually going to change the color, make my life easy. So here we draw ourselves our little arc, and I'm extending it nice and big. Then next, place it on our line that we just drawn, and nice big arc off that, right? Then what we can do is we can connect our lines there. So I'm just going to draw that in green. Whoops. With my line tool, not freehand. So there, we've got our 60-degree line right there, right? So that's 60 degrees right there. So now what do we have to do? Well, now we have to bisect it. So this is that point where we take our compass, placing it either point where it intersected, right? So here, and all we're going to do is draw, well, we already had that arc drawn, right? And then lastly, we have to do it for the other line, right? So place it up on there, and draw your other arc. And we can take our straight edge now and connect them together. So we have actually created two 30-degree angles, not just one. You want to label, because it's just saying, hey, find a 30-degree angle. I'm just going to label that's 30 and that's 30, showing that I truly understand that I did an angle bisector to get here. Okay. And now we want an isosceles triangle with two angles, two 30-degree angles. So I know I'm going to need this compass. I'm going to bring it down. And just going to start drawing. So you should have started off like this. What we're going to do, take your pen and just draw yourself a line. Okay. Then what we're going to do is take our compass, put it on our page, and we're going to draw an arc, right? Switch it around, place it on that point, and then we're going to draw an arc for there. Let's grab out our line tool, connect our point. Oops, want to be a little bit more accurate like that. So there, okay? Then if you notice, we have to continue this arc actually through. We're going to use that in a second, and then we're going to switch this around and put it on this point of intersection on our black line and draw this through. So now we have now bisected our line, and so that's part of our 30-degree triangle. Next thing, what are we going to have to do? Well, we have to repeat the process for the other side of the line. So it's just doing the process twice. So I'm going to opt to just change this for myself to red. So here, now I'm drawing a nice big line, right? Actually change the thickness of this, continuing on. So here, we swap it around. And I'm drawing a nice big line here. Sorry. So here, nice and big at that point. Now where the red two lines of our arcs intersected, we can now draw our 60-degree line, which I'm going to do in black. Right? And notice it lines up with that other triangle line. So we've created that equilateral triangle. You didn't have to. I just typically end up doing it when I do this. And now to finish off, we have to finish bisecting this by putting our mark or our compass on that point, draw our other arc. Now as you see, we have our last point where we can connect our point and our intersection. And so the triangle we are looking at is, I'm going to just kind of highlight in yellow, is this, right? So we have drawn our triangle, and we could indicate that, hey, this is 30 degrees, and so it's this at 30 degrees. So that would tell us that our other angle left there should be 120 degrees, and you can check that to be sure.